As the rest of the country sits in a great state of uncertainty, here in Edenton, we take the first steps in return to normalcy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to historic Hicks Field here in Edenton, North Carolina, where your Edenton Steamers get set to kick off their 2020 season and 23rd season as a franchise at home against the Tarboro River Bandits. My name is Patrick Foster, and I will be your voice for the Edenton Steamers for the summer. And although I'm being paid to be an excellent communicator, it is impossible for me to express just how excited I am to get this season underway. We're going to take it to the crowd mic now as we get set for our nation's colors, but we'll be back with a brief pregame.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the conclusion of the umpire meeting, we will have our national anthem. And tonight's anthem is going to be sung by Miss Brandy Goodwin.
Lights last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
After concluding the 2019 season with a 500 record, the Steamers come back looking to make a playoff push. In 2019, the Steamers fell just one game short of making the CPL playoffs. The Steamers ended 2019 with an overall record of 26-26, and they finished the regular season in third place in the North Division for the second consecutive year. Ladies and gentlemen, as you should know, and if you don't, the Steamers take the field ready to begin their inaugural game in the Tidewater Collegiate Summer Baseball League after spending 22 seasons in the Coastal Plains League. And today, in their first competition, they'll take on the Tarboro River Bandits. Leading your Steamers into battle is none other than the new head coach of the Edenton Steamers, Marshall McDonald. Marshall McDonald enters his first season as the head coach of the Steamers and brings an extensive coaching background. He currently works as an assistant coach for Montreat College Baseball. McDonald has also spent time on the summer baseball circuit, working as an associate head coach for the Statesville Owls back in 2015. He was an assistant head coach for the Lexington County Bullfish back in 2017, as well as in 2019, and actually was the head coach for the Lenore Oilers in 2016. Along with him on the coaching staff for the Steamers this summer, Connor Daly from Catawba Valley Community College. He is the pitching coach for 2020 Edenton Steamers, and an assistant coach, James Stalin Jr., all of them entering their first season with the Steamers. On the mound tonight for your Edenton Steamers, none other than Josiah Seitler, the 6'5", 225-pound rising junior out of Gaston, South Carolina, and the University of South Carolina product. Attended Swansea High School. In 2020, due to the abbreviated season, only saw 2 2/3 innings of total work on the mound, struck out 5 batters, allowed just 2 hits in 2019, played for the Lexington County Bullfish as a part of the Coastal Plains League. In 2018, he was the #1 prospect in South Carolina by Diamond Prospect. Rawlings, he was also a Rawlings Perfect Game All-America Honorable Mention and Perfect Game All-Atlantic First Team member. And he takes the mound for the Steamers in their first ever game as a member of the Tidewater Collegiate Summer Baseball League. We're ready for action here in Edenton. Leading off for the top of the first for the Tarboro River Bandits is number 20, the shortstop, Jared Bingaman.
Light switch. Second. No. Next. This one's got lights with it.
And the first pitch from Seitler to Bingaman is in there for a strike. Jared Bingaman takes the second pitch for a called ball. So the count moves to 1-1. Let's take you across the diamond now for your Edenton Steamers. On the mound, Josiah Seitler. Behind the plate, Colt Byers. As the third pitch from Seitler to Bingaman is fouled off, so the count moves to 1-2.
That's a foul ball. Convenient locations of Plymouth, Williamson, and Edenton.
So a 1-2 count now to Jared Bingaman. Seitler looking for his first out, and the first out for the Steamers as members of the Tidewater Collegiate Summer Baseball League. Count moves to 2-2, a fastball high and away to the shortstop Bingaman. Out of Swansea High School, Josiah Seitler was a 12th round pick by the Cincinnati Reds, decided to attend college. And the 2-2, was taken inside for a ball, so the count moves to 3-2. Seitler comes from a large family of 11 total siblings, 7 brothers and 4 sisters. All brothers athletic. Comes from one well-rounded family. The 3-2 is fouled off to the right side and into the net. So the count remains at 3-2. Wind is blowing just gently out towards the left center field wall, right above the Miller Funeral Homes and Crematory advertisement. The 3-2 on the way from Seitler is fouled off again, so Bingaman putting up a solid at-bat to open up the season here in Edenton. The 3-2 on its way from Seitler to Bingaman is a heater low and inside. So Bingaman draws a walk. There's a runner on first for the River Bandits. No outs. And a runner on. So we'll take this moment to go around the infield now. Colt Byers, as I mentioned, out of Catawba. Behind the plate for the Edenton Steamers. At first base, it's Joe Nelms, number 17, out of Grant, Florida, and Chowan University in North Carolina. Now up to the plate in the right-handers hitting box for the Tarboro River Bandits is number 14. Thomas Fox, the second baseman. Second pitch from Seitler is a breaking ball outside. So one on for the River Bandits, no outs. And Thomas Fox, the second baseman, awaiting the third pitch from Seitler of the AB. That one's a heater inside. Fox has to scoot out of the way of that one. At second base for the Edenton Steamers, Jared Kaufman out of Eastern Michigan University at shortstop. The 6'3" Casey Hare out of High Point University in Tennessee. And at third, Aaron Copeland out of Spartanburg Methodist, as that one is fouled off by Fox. The outfield from left to right for the Steamers. Houston Wright out of the University of Tennessee Martin in center. The freshman out of St. Joseph's University up in Pennsylvania, Adam Fine. And Shane Easter from Eastern Michigan, manning right field for the Steamers. On the way from Seitler, swung on and missed. So a strikeout. The first of the season for the Steamers, the first for Seitler on the 2020 campaign. One away for Edenton, but still a runner on first for Tarboro. Jake Brown, the catcher for the River Bandits, now digs into the right-handed hitter's box. Runner on first, one away. The runner on first is on the move to second. Byers fumbles it, trying to transition from glove to throwing hand. So the runner is into second safely. He moves into scoring position with just one away here in the top of the first. So Bingaman on second now for the River Bandits. Second pitch of the at-bat is in there for a called strike. The 0-2 on its way is cut on and fouled down the right field line and out of play. Count now moves to 2-1 to the catcher Jake Brown. Still one out here in the top of the first for the Edenton Steamers. Runner on second for Tarboro after a stolen base. Bingaman on second worked his way on a base on balls in the first at bat. The 2-1 is swung on and missed by Brown, so the count back to even at 2-2. Seitler doing a nice job of coming back here in this at-bat after falling down 2-0 early on. The 2-2 on the way from Seitler is taken inside for a called strike three. And that one draws some cheers from the home faithful here at historic Hicks Field. So 2 outs now for Tarboro with a runner in scoring position in Bingaman. And now it'll be Zach Whitaker, the third baseman for Tarboro, digging into the right-handed hitter's box. First pitch on the way to Whitaker, skied up in the infield. It'll be the second baseman Kaufman working his way to the right, getting under it. He'll make the catch and put it away. So Tarboro leaves one runner on second and Jared Bingaman. And we head to the bottom of the first, still scoreless here in Edenton. My name's Patrick Foster. We'll be back here at historic Hicks Field in just a moment. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Back here at historic Hicks Field as the Steamers get set for their first offensive attack of the 2020 season. Leading off for the Steamers is the freshman out of St. Joseph's University in Pennsylvania, Adam Fine, playing center field for the Steamers today. On the mound for the Tarboro River Bandits is none other than Cole Bates, number 19, as the first pitch to Fine is swung on and tipped into the catcher's mitt for strike number 1. Fine in high school led Central League in stolen bases for 3 consecutive seasons, totaling 47 steals during that time. So talk about quick feet on the base paths as he takes the second pitch of the at-bat for a ball low. Count moves to 1-1. Bates, the 1-1, taken by Fine for a strike, so the count moves to 1-2. At Harriton High School, Fine was first team All-League and All-Main line selection after hitting .443 at the plate as a senior. The 1-2 is swung on and fouled back into the street behind us, East Freemason Street. So the count remains at 1-2. Fine also garnered second team All-Main line laurels as a junior and received Harriton Scholar Award. Currently pursuing a major in business. And the 1-2 is swung on and dribbled back towards the mound. Bates will have to come in and play it. The throw to first is overthrown and into foul territory. Fine is going to make his way up to second, but the throw is in time to second base. The tag is applied and Fine is out. Fine was caught slacking a little bit on his way to second, but he slipped over the bag at first. So a questionable decision after falling at first base to even try getting up to second. Nevertheless, he's tagged out on his way there. So 1 out for the Edenton Steamers after an throwing error by the pitcher Cole Bates. Now stepping into the box for the Steamers, number 5, Jared Kaufman, the second baseman out of Eastern Michigan. First pitch of the at-bat is taken high for a ball. Kaufman, the second baseman, stands about 5'10", out of Waynesville, Ohio. Played his high school ball at Bishop Fenwick. Only played in 12 games in the abbreviated 2020 season as the second pitch is taken for a called strike 1. Started 11 of those games. In 2019, he saw action in 39 games for Eastern Michigan and posted a .270 average at the plate as the third pitch of the at-bat is grounded hard down the third base line and out of play. Kaufman, the son of Mike and Donna Kaufman, has one brother, Jackson, and one sister, Jessica, and currently pursuing a degree in mechanical engineering from Eastern Michigan University. A 2-1 count on the way to Kaufman is swung on and missed. Excuse me, it was a 2-2 count, swung on and missed, so he'll sit down. Strikeout swinging. So 2 away now for the Edenton Steamers here in the bottom of the first inning. And stepping into the left-handed hitter's box is number 22, the utility fielder, Houston Wright, out of the University of Tennessee Martin. Bates with the first pitch of the at-bat is taken and called, I believe that was called a ball. Yes, it was. So the count 1-0 to Houston Wright in his first at-bat of the season. The 1-0. In just about the same spot, but this time a fastball called a strike. So 1-1 now, the count to the 6'3" junior out of Gaffney, South Carolina. The 1-1 is swung on and drilled down the first base line, but that will drift out of play and rattle up against the batting cages there in right field. So the count moves to 1-2 now to the junior Wright. In 16 games in 2020 and 65 at-bats, Wright posted a .308 average with 4 doubles, a triple, and a homer with 14 RBIs. The 1-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3. Excellent first inning of work for Cole Bates as he goes 1-2-3 with the Edenton Steamers. We're still scoreless here at historic Hicks Field. Heart of the lineup coming up for the Tarboro River Bandits. I'm Patrick Foster, and you are listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Back at historic Hicks Field after the bottom of the first saw the Edenton Steamers go down 1-2-3 with Cole Bates on the mound for the Tarboro River Bandits. Seitler back on the mound here in the top of the second for Edenton. Stepping into the right-handed hitter's box is number 2 Philip Boykin, the center fielder for Tarboro. The first pitch is swung on and missed, so the count moves to 0-1. Boykin out of Lewisburg College, the sophomore, native of Greenville, North Carolina. Stands about 5'11" in that right-hander's hitter's box. The 0-1 on its way from Seitler is swung on and a broken bat. Ground ball to the third baseman Copeland, who makes a nice throw over to first, has to pull Nelms off the bag over there, and he can't corral it. So score that as an error for Joe Nelms. And Boykin finds himself safe at first base, and the Tarboro River Bandits have a runner on here early in the top of the second. Now taking his first hacks of the ball game is number 16 Pat Rogan, the right fielder for the River Bandits. And the first pitch is taken low and away for ball one. One runner on for Tarboro after the error. A ground ball to third base. And a dropped play at first. The 1-0 is taken for a called strike two, though it was a half-hearted swing attempt. But it's in there for a strike anyway. So the count moves to 1-1. No outs here in the top of the second for Seitler and the Edenton Steamers. Rogan awaits the 1-1 from Seitler, runner on first. And he takes off at first. Byers with the throw down to second, but he fumbles with it again. So Boykin's going to slide into second without a throw attempt. And Tarboro gets their second runner in scoring position of the evening. They left their first on second in the top of the first. Sunset here at historic Hicks Field in Edenton. The 1-1 is swung on and popped up in the air. The 1-2, excuse me. Kaufman, the second baseman, going to find his way under it and put it away for the first out of the inning. Nice job by Seitler to recover after the infield error and record the first out through a pop-up. Now up to bat is the DH for the Tarboro River Bandits today, Gage Riddick. Out of Eastern Mennonite University. The first pitch of the at-bat is taken for a ball. Fastball in there in the box. So the count 1-0. Runner still on second. No score here early on in this contest in the top of the second. Tarboro looking to change that here with a runner in scoring position. The 1-0 is swung on and missed for a strike. Riddick, a 6'4" sophomore, hailing from Core Peak, North Carolina. Takes the third pitch of the at-bat for a ball. The count moves to 2-1.
That's the EH bat. I don't know. We'll get it.
And the 2-1 is taken for a ball in the dirt and away. So the count moves to 3-1. Runner still on second for Tarboro here in the top of the second. It's Philip Boykin, the center fielder, so some wheels in scoring position for Tarboro. The 3-1 on its way. The runner on the move. Throw down to third. He'll slide in there safely. And the pitch taken for a ball. So Riddick will make his way down to first. The runner slides in safely on the steal attempt to third. So runners on the corners now for Tarboro here in the top of the second with only one away.
First baseman, Casey Karras.
Casey Karras, the first baseman, number 29, digging into the left-handed hitter's box now for the Tarboro River Bandits.
So this is who that?
Karras out of Messiah College.
They didn't change their.
6'3" sophomore, originally from Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. Takes the first pitch of the at-bat for a ball high and away. The 1-0 on its way is taken inside for a called strike, so the count even now at 1-1. Runners on the corners for the River Bandits. One out here in the top of the second. Runner on his way down to second. The throw down from Byers is in time, but the runner from third makes his way down to home. So Boykin will score for the River Bandits. So the first run of the ball game comes across for Tarboro. They take a 1-0 lead here, but do so having to sacrifice the runner on his way down to second. So 2 outs now here in the top of the second inning. 1-0 our score. Karras awaits the 2-1 from Seitler. Swung on and chopped to the first baseman, Nelms. He'll corral it, step on the bag, and that'll do it. Here in the top of the second, Tarboro brings one home and strike first. Here in Edenton, the score 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Edenton looking to tie things up. I'm Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball right here on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Back at historic Hicks Field as the Edenton Steamers look to tie things up. As one run came across for Tarboro, they had runners on the corners, sent the runner from first to second, and as Byers threw down to second, Philip Boykin, who was on third for the River Bandits, stole home successfully. So 1-0 here, our score to start the top of the second, and digging in for Edenton is the DH today, number 21, Tyler McPeak out of Campbell University. First pitch of the inning is taken by McPeak for a ball. McPeak did not see any action in 2020 due to the abbreviated season, and it was a redshirt in 2019, so has yet to see any collegiate action. And the 1-1 on its way is chopped to the shortstop. Bingaman makes the play over to first, and out number one is recorded for Tarboro. McPeak with the ground out, one away now for Edenton, and in steps the power swinging bat of Colt Byers out of Catawba Valley. Byers, the left-handed hitting, right-handed throwing catcher out of Simpsonville, South Carolina. Originally chose to attend Florence Darlington Tech before transferring to Catawba Valley as he takes the first pitch from Cole Bates for a strike. Cole Bates, a freshman out of Delaware State University, doing a nice job here in his first appearance in the Tidewater Collegiate Summer Baseball League. As he's recorded outs for the first 4 batters for the Edenton Steamers. 1-1 the count to Byers. It is taken for a ball, so the count moves to 2-1. In the abbreviated season, Byers in 33 at-bats had 14 hits, good for a .424 batting average, had 4 homers to go along with it. Takes the 2-1 in there for a called strike, so the count even now at 2-2. In high school, Byers played baseball and football for Hillcrest High School in Simpsonville, South Carolina. The 2-2 is swung on and grounded right back to the pitcher Bates. He'll trot over to first, and underhanded flip to the first baseman Karras. So 2 outs now for the Edenton Steamers here in the bottom of the second. Still no score for the Steamers. They trail 1-0 to the Tarboro River Bandits, who scored in the top of the second inning. Now digging in the 6th hole for the Edenton Steamers, number 13, Shane Easter, the right fielder out of Eastern Michigan. First pitch on the at-bat on its way from Bates, swung on, big cut there from Shane Easter, but nothing but air as the count moves to 0-1. Easter, 6'1" junior out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. In 88 games played at Eastern Michigan, he's posted a .208 batting average and a great season in 2019 where he batted near .230. Pops up the second pitch of the at-bat. Drifting over is the first baseman Karras, jumping up onto the net over by the concession stands, but can't make the play. So the count moves to 0-2 for Shane Easter. Easter attended high school at Comstock High School and played under his head coach Rich Bailey. He was a 3-time captain for Comstock and a 4-year letter winner. The 0-2 on its way to Easter is high, a fastball. So ball 1. Easter was named first team all-conference and first team all-district 3 times at Comstock High School, and the 1-2 on the way. Nice eye there from Easter to watch that one come all the way in and take it for a ball. Count moves to 2-2. The 2-2 on its way from Bates is swung on and popped up to the second baseman, Fox. On his way back into right field, makes a tough play over the shoulder, but he records the 3rd and final out of the inning, and that'll take us to the top of the 3rd here in Edenton. No score for the Steamers. Tarboro leads 1-0 after scoring in the top of the 2nd. I'm Patrick Foster, listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Back at historic Hicks Field, where we have a pitching change for the Edenton Steamers, as Josiah Seitler will sit down after 2 innings of work and allowing 1 run to the Tarboro River Bandits. Daley Marcano now on the rubber for the Edenton Steamers. 5'7", 150-pound sophomore out of Laurinburg, North Carolina. Currently attending Southeastern Community College, Whiteville. Played his high school ball at Scotland. In 2020, he made 8 mound appearances, started 5 games on the mound, totaled 31 and a third innings, and posted a 3.16 ERA and a 2.14 ERA in conference play. And conference batters really struggled against Marcano here in 2020, despite the abbreviated season. Marcano with the first pitch of the at-bat to number 1, Thomas Fox. It's a pop-up to Kaufman there at second. He works his way under it and makes the play. So Kaufman already been busy here early on in this contest, as he's recorded 3 outs over there at first, all pop-ups. And I want to apologize, that was number 1, Rufus Hurdle, who just recorded an out for Tarboro. And now up to bat, as we're back at the top of the order for the Tarboro River Bandits, Jared Bingaman, number 20, the shortstop. Bingaman reached base in his first plate appearance on a walk against Josiah Seitler to lead off the game. Now Marcano gets his chance against the shortstop. First pitch, a breaking ball. Doesn't break quite enough, taken inside for ball number 1.
I don't know. They're still batting 11, I think.
The 1-0 on its way from Marcano is a wild pitch that finds its way all the way back at the backstop. Luckily, no one on base for Tarboro for Edenton. So the count now 2-0. Marcano. The 2-0 to Bingaman is called for a ball, so the count moves to 3-0. So after recording the first out of the inning, Marcano now behind in a count to Bingaman 3-0. On its way, swung on and chopped down the third base line and out of play. So the count moves to 3-1. Jared Bingaman out of Messiah College, originally from Elizabethville, Pennsylvania. Not only a talented shortstop, but a capable second baseman as well. The 3-1 on its way from Marcano, swung on and drilled back towards the mound. Kaufman will be there to help right behind the mound. He'll make the play over to first and record the second out of the inning. So despite the diving effort from Marcano, the ball sneaks past him. Luckily, Kaufman there to make the play. Kaufman records his 4th out of the ball game. Digging back into the right-handed hitter's box for his second plate appearance is number 14, Thomas Fox, and he takes the first pitch of the at-bat all the way in for a called ball. Fox out of Paul D. Camp Community College, originally from Norfolk, Virginia, takes the second pitch for a ball, a breaking ball that doesn't quite find the zone. So the count moves to 2-0. Steamers still trail 1-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning, after Tarboro scored on a stolen home plate in the top of the 2nd. Third pitch from Marcano is low and away for ball number 3. Two outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Marcano to Fox. That one swung on and drilled deep to left field. Up looking is the left fielder, right, and that one sails over the wall for a home run. A solo shot for Thomas Fox, the second baseman, and he'll extend the lead for Tarboro to 2-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning. So after recording the first 2 outs of the inning, Marcano lets up a home run, a solo shot to Thomas Fox. So it's Fox's first home run and first hit of the 2020 season. And now stepping in, looking to continue things here in the top of the 3rd inning for Tarboro is number 32, the catcher, Jake Brown. Brown out of Pfeiffer University. Stands at about 6'1", takes the first pitch for a strike from Marcano. Marcano looking to bounce back after the solo shot from Thomas Fox. The 0-1 on the way from Marcano is a breaking ball. That one looked pretty. Started about shoulder high and inside on Jake Brown, but right at the last second cut right back into the strike zone. Beautiful pitch there from Marcano. Count now 0-2. The 0-2 on its way from Marcano is swung on and miss. A half-hearted swing attempt there from the catcher Jake Brown, and that'll send us to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Steamers still have some work to do, though, after the solo shot from Thomas Fox that extends the lead for Tarboro to 2-0. We'll see if the Edenton Steamers can find some offense here in the bottom of the 3rd. Still looking for their first hit in this contest. I'm Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers baseball here at historic Hicks Field on opening day for the Tidewater Summer Collegiate Baseball League. Back here in Edenton, North Carolina, your Edenton Steamers trail 2-0 after Tarboro extended their 1-run lead off a solo shot from Thomas Fox over the left field wall, an absolute moonshot. Everyone knew it was out of here right off the bat. So now Aaron Copeland digs in, looking to get things going for the Steamers offense. Still looking for their first hit in the contest. The first pitch on its way from Bates to Copeland is a fastball taken for a ball high and away. Copeland, the sophomore out of Spartanburg Methodist in South Carolina, awaits the 1-0, takes it for a strike. Looked like it might have been off the outside part of the plate, but ump saw otherwise. So the count moves to 1-1. 1-1 is taken for a called strike 2. Looked a little bit inside. Not much Copeland would have been able to do with that one regardless. So the count moves to 1-2. 2020 at Spartanburg Methodist, Copeland in 24 games hit a .261 batting average with a home run and 15 RBIs. The 1-2 on the way, swung on and missed for strike number 3. So Copeland will head back to the dugout. And 1 out recorded for the Edenton Steamers here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Now stepping in to the left-handed hitter's box, Casey Hare, number 15 out of High Point University in Tennessee.
Okay.
Hare, the sophomore out of Maryville, Tennessee, had a solid start to 2020 in his second year at High Point. In 6 at-bat, collected 3 hits with a double, and takes the first pitch, a fastball right down the middle of the plate. Strike number 1. And the second pitch is swung on and missed for strike number 2. So the count moves to 0-2 to the sophomore out of High Point, Casey Hare. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning for Edenton. And the 3rd pitch of the at-bat, high and inside just a bit. First ball of the at-bat, count moves to 1-2 now. Hare looking to get things going for the Steamers. Still hitless as a team in this ball game. The 1-2 taken for a ball. Nice patience there from Hare. Count moves to even now at 2-2. Hare awaits the 2-2 from Bates. Fastball outside. Count moves to 3-2. Nice at bat from Hare. After falling behind in the count 0-2, it now stands full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the sophomore out of High Point. The 3-2 on the way from Bates. A check swing there from Hare. Fastball right down the middle of the plate, but high. Could have been called a ball. Hare a little upset at himself for the check swing. Count remains at 3-2 with 1 out here for the Steamers in the bottom of the 3rd. The 3-2 from Bates is swung on and lined right back up the middle. The second baseman Fox can't get to it, and the Steamers have their first hit of the season. Casey Hare with a single right up the middle, and their first hit as members of the Tidewater Collegiate Summer Baseball League. Excellent at bat there from Casey Hare. Fell down in the count 0-2 to start, took the first pitch, swing and a miss on the second pitch, and then worked the count back 3 straight balls. Forced to strike down the middle and plunked that one out to center field. Casey Hare stands on first with 1 out for the Steamers. Now up to bat, the first baseman Joe Nelms at Chowan University, North Carolina. Apologies for my mispronunciation. I am a Yankee, as everyone loves to point out to me down here. Throw back over to first to keep Hare a little cautious. Is late. Hare safe at first. 0-1 the count to Nelms. That pitch taken for a strike. The count moves to 0-2. Nelms originally attended Brevard College, and the 0-2 is a fastball high and outside, taken for the first ball of the at-bat. In 2020 for Chowan, Nelms saw the plate in 34 appearances, collected a triple and 1 homer for Chowan. The 1-2 on its way. Hare will steal, and he's going to stand up at second. No throw from the catcher, Jake Brown. So now the Steamers have their first runner in scoring position of the evening, with only 1 away here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Nelms with an even count at 2-2 could bring him home with a single into the outfield. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. So Nelms will head back to the dugout. 2 outs now for the Edenton Steamers. And that'll bring us back to the top of the order. Adam Fine will stand in.
St. Joseph's, number 6, Adam Fine.
In his first plate appearance, Fine grounded to short. There was a throwing error, but was thrown out trying to get up to second on the error, as he takes the first pitch of the at-bat for a called ball. Runner on second for the Steamers, 2 away in the bottom of the 3rd. Bates looking to remain scoreless in his first outing. And the second pitch of the AB taken for a called strike. The 1-1 on its way from Bates to Fine is swung on and fouled back towards the River Bandits dugout on the first base side. That'll fall for a foul ball. So the count moves to 1-2 now to the sophomore Fine. Fine awaits the 1-2 from Bates. It swings, chops it back right over the head of Bates. Fine's going to hustle his way up to first. No throw from the second baseman, Fox. Hare moves up to third. Fine safe at first. Runners on the cordon for the Steamers with 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Nice hustle there from Fine as he just barely got that one over the head of the pitcher, Cole Bates. But the wheels of Fine made that play too difficult for Thomas Fox to make. So Steamers with a serious opportunity here to score and bring their first runner across of the ball game. They still trail 2-0 to the River Bandits. Jared Kaufman will step in his second plate appearance. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat is taken for a called strike 1. Runners on the corners, 2 away, and the throw over from Bates to first, but Fine slides back into first base safely. Count remains at 0-1, the second baseman Kaufman. Two nothing our score in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Kaufman awaits the 0-1, and another throw over to first from Bates, but Fine is in there safely. Understanding why Bates is keeping Fine close over at the bag at first. He's got some wheels on him, as shown as he beat out that play and the at-bat. The second pitch of the at-bat to Kaufman is swung on and missed. The count moves now to 0-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Runners still on the corners for the Steamers. 2 outs, 0-2 count. To the second baseman, Kaufman. Fine on his way to second. The pitch out, taken for a ball. The catcher, Brown, fumbles it in his mitt. So Fine able to move up to second base safely without even a throw down. So now 2 runners in scoring positions for the Steamers with 2 outs and a 1-2 count to the second baseman, Jared Kaufman. The 1-2 on its way to Kaufman is swung on. It hits off the bottom of the bat as he tried to protect himself, as that one looked like it might hit him. A very rare occurrence in this sport, and an unfortunate way for the 3rd inning to come to a close, as Bates is able to run it down and make the throw over to first in time and record the 3rd and final out of the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2 runners left on for the Edenton Steamers. No runs come across the plate here in the bottom of the 3rd. They still trail 2-0 to Tarboro. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network, here at historic Hicks Field on opening day. Score remains 2-0 here at historic Hicks Field. Tarboro River Bandits lead. And now digging into the right-handed hitter's box
Elevation pretender safe.
is the third baseman, number 5, Zach Whitaker. Whitaker flew out to second in his first plate appearance. Marcano with the first pitch to Whitaker. A breaking ball taken on the high outside corner for a strike. Nice pitch there from Marcano to move ahead in the count early 1-0. Marcano working quickly with the second pitch of the at-bat. Another breaking ball. That one started up at the shoulders and broke back down beautifully into the strike zone. So quickly the count moves to 0-2. Marcano with the 0-2. That one's very inside, clips the inside hip of Whitaker, and he'll take first on a hit by pitch. After two really nice pitches from Marcano, got a little careless with that breaking ball. Lost the control on that third pitch. And so Tarboro with a runner on first here to start the third inning, or fourth inning, excuse me. Philip Boykin with his second plate appearance tonight. Runner on first. Tarboro still leads 2-0 here in the top of the fourth inning. First pitch. Another breaking ball with a little bit more behind it. This one taken for a called ball. So 1-0 the count to the center fielder Boykin. Marcano with the throw over to first. That one gets past the first baseman Nelms. It looked like Whitaker thought about taking second, but wisely held up and headed back to first base. So still one runner on first base for Tarboro after the throw over. And a 1-0 count to the center fielder at the plate, Philip Boykin. Marcano kicks and deals the 1-0. That one's popped up straight behind the plate and over our press box and out of play. So the count now moves to 1-1 to Philip Boykin. A throw over from Marcano to first. A close play, but Whitaker back in safely. So still one runner on first for Tarboro. No outs here in the top of the fourth inning. And a 1-1 count to the center fielder Boykin. The 1-1 on its way from Marcano. A breaking ball. That one broke the wrong way. High inside. Second ball of the at-bat. The count moves to 2-1. Two on the count. Boykin awaits with a runner on first. A breaking ball inside, but just caught that inside part of the plate for a strike. The count moves to 2-2 now. Marcano to Boykin. The 2-2 is chopped to third. Copeland with a diving attempt. Can't corral it. So both runners will stand safely at first and second. Nice effort there from Copeland, but unable to make the play. So that'll go into the scorebook as a hit, a single for Philip Boykin. His first of the contest.
Oh, we can't. Number 16, Philip.
I've got him in right field. Hit. Hit.
Now stepping in for Tarboro is Pat Rogan, the right fielder. Rogan flew out to second in his first plate appearance. Now has a chance with two on here in the top of the fourth. Swing and fouls it off. So 0-1 is the count early to the right fielder Rogan. Still no outs here in the top of the fourth inning for Tarboro. They've got two runners on, one in scoring position. It's Whitaker who stands on second. Marcano checks on the runner at second. A breaking ball as he attacks the man at the plate. That finds its way into the zone for a called strike one. Called strike 2, excuse me. No outs. Tarboro leads 2-0 here in the top of the fourth. Marcano with the 0-2. A waste pitch there. Way outside the zone. The count moves to 1-2. Two runners on. 1-2 count. The pitch from Marcano is swung on and fouled back by Rogan. So staying alive here in the top of the fourth inning.
Mascot race contestants to the information.
Pat Rogan out of Paul D. Camp Community College in Norfolk, Virginia, native. The sophomore swings and fouls that one right back into the mid of Colt Byers behind the plate. So the first out is recorded here in the top of the fourth inning by the Steamers. But still 2 runners on for Tarboro. They still hold a 2-0 lead over the Steamers. And the first game for the Steamers is a part of the Tidewater Summer Collegiate Baseball League. One out. 2 runners on for Tarboro. Marcano still working for the Steamers on the mound. And now Gage Riddick, the DH, stands in and takes the first pitch of the at-bat for a ball low and in the dirt. At Scotland High School, Marcano, in his senior year, threw for a 1.94 ERA, collected 7 wins, and struck out 47 batters, as the second pitch of the at-bat is taken for ball 2. In his first collegiate season at Southeastern Community College Whiteville, Marcano struck out 26 batters, 20 of them came in conference play. The 2-0 swung on and missed for the first strike. Nice pitch there from Marcano. Marcano behind 2-1 to Riddick. The third pitch, another breaking ball, low and away, taken for ball 3. The count now in the hitter's favor, extremely, 3-1. Two runners on for Tarboro still. It's Boykin at first, Whitaker at second. And Riddick looking to make something happen here with a 3-1 count. A breaking ball inside. He swings and fouls that one off. Behind this stands down the first base line. So the count moves to 3-2. Full count to the DH Riddick. Only one out still here in the top of the fourth inning. Full count. Pitch on the way from Marcano is a breaking ball in the dirt. So Riddick draws a walk from Marcano, and he'll load the bases for Tarboro. And it'll be number 29, the first baseman, Casey Karras, with an opportunity with the bases loaded. Karras in his first at-bat reached on a walk. And pitching coach Connor Daly will take a moment to talk things over on the mound with Marcano and catcher Colt Byers. As we've noticed here throughout Marcano's couple innings of work, or inning and a half if you will, he's really relying a lot on that breaking ball, particularly his curveball. And as a result, we see the bases loaded for Tarboro. Whitaker on third, Boykin on second, and the DH Riddick stands on first. One out here in the top of the fourth. Steamers in a bit of a jam. Marcano with the first pitch of the at-bat to Karras. Finds its way inside the zone. Karras decides not to swing at that one, and he takes it for a called strike 1. Still 2-0 in the top of the 4th inning. Marcano with the second pitch of the at-bat. Riddick with the swing and miss, so the count moves to 0-2. Throw back from Byers to Marcano is dropped by Marcano, but he's able to chase that one down quickly before the runners can even notice and take advantage. So the 0-2 to the first baseman Karras from Marcano with the bases loaded. Marcano with the pitch, but Karras able to stay alive with the foul ball straight back into the net behind home plate. Bases loaded for Tarboro. Only one away here in the top of the 4th. Marcano kicks and deals, and a swing and a miss from Karras. He'll sit down. A big strikeout there from Marcano here in the top of the 4th inning with the bases loaded. But now stepping in for Tarboro is Rufus Hurdle, the left fielder. He grounded out back to the pitcher in his first at-bat. But the base is loaded here. He's got an opportunity to open things up here in the top of the 4th with Tarboro leading by 2. First pitch of the at-bat is taken for a called strike 1. That last out from Marcano was a big out, not just because it now makes 2 outs in the inning for Edenton, but it brings back some confidence from Marcano. Second pitch of the at-bat is taken for a called ball. That one looked pretty, but the umpire thought differently. The count moves to 1-1. (1-1) on its way from Marcano. Swung on, and that one's belted up high to center field. Fine misreads it, tracking back, and he'll make the play. A beautiful catch over the shoulder. 3 runners left on here for Tarboro. None come across the plate. Edenton escapes the bases loaded jam. Now it's their turn to try and bring a runner across here as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. They trail 2-0 here at Historic Hicks Field. I'm Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Back at Historic Hicks Field, Edenton Steamers still looking to bring that first runner across the plate here on their own home turf. Houston Wright will lead off for the Steamers here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Wright struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. Wright once again out of the University of Tennessee Martin. Originally attended college at Spartanburg Methodist. The first pitch of the at-bat is low and through the legs of the catcher Jake Brown into the backstop. So ball 1 to the left fielder Houston Wright. In his 2 years at Spartanburg Methodist in South Carolina, Wright was absolutely dominant at the plate. A .371 batting average in 2 years, as the second pitch of the at-bat is taken for a called strike. Count moves to 1-1. 32 doubles, 4 triples, and 19 homers, along with 90 RBIs in 2 years at Spartanburg Methodist. And the third pitch is taken for a called strike, so the count back in the pitcher's favor, 1-2. Steamers really need to get things going. They got their first 2 hits of the ball game in their last offensive attack, as that pitch from Cole Bates is taken low and away for a ball. Count back to even at 2-2. The 2-2 on its way from Bates to right is swung on, and that one blooped into left field. The left fielder, Hurdle, can't make the play as it's over his head. Misjudged it, came a little too far in, right on his way to second. The throw is into the second baseman in time. Fox applies the tag, and Wright will head back to the dugout, hanging his head after a really nice hit. Tried stretching a single into a double. I don't think anybody in this ballpark recognized how hard that ball was hit. It looked more so like a bloop into left field and wound up careening off the back wall. But Wright tried stretching that single into a double and was thrown out. So 1 out here for the Steamers in the bottom of the 4th inning. And stepping into the box is number 21, Tyler McPeak, the DH out of Campbell University. McPeak grounded out to short in his first plate appearance. My apologies, he grounded out to third in his first plate appearance. The 0-1 on its way from Bates to McPeak is taken low and away for ball. So the count even at 1-1. McPeak played his high school ball at North Lincoln, led him to a 25-4 record and a runner-up finish as a senior. As the third pitch is taken for a ball, low and away again. McPeak was named Conference Offensive Player of the Year his senior year after batting .389 with 8 home runs, 37 RBIs, and 9 doubles. Was also recognized as a team MVP his junior season. And that pitch is swung on and drilled to center field. Boykin looking up. That one's back, way back and out of here. Tyler McPeak brings the first run across the plate for the Edenton Steamers with a solo shot to the deepest part of the ballpark. The Steamers are on the board. They still trail by 1, but an excellent hit there from Tyler McPeak, a solo shot. And he'll step on home plate, point to the sky. Nice job, Tyler McPeak, as he brings the first run across the plate for the Edenton Steamers here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So Colt Byers, the power hitting catcher, will dig in looking to follow up the solo shot from Tyler McPeak. So McPeak now moves to 1-2 on the evening with a ground out and a solo shot to center. And now Colt Byers will take his second cuts of the evening. Byers also grounded out to third in his first plate appearance. He took the first pitch of this at-bat for a strike. Bates with the 0-1 to Byers. That one a breaking ball low and inside. So the count moves to 1-1. Byers, the son of Dina and Steve Byers, has one brother named Tuck Byers. Takes the third pitch of the at-bat inside for a called ball. Almost nicked his elbow there, but remains unscathed. And he'll await the 2-1 from Cole Bates. Kicks and dealing is Bates. The count moves to 3-1 on a breaking ball that couldn't find the outside part of the plate. The 2-1 is swung on and missed. So the count was 3-1 actually before the swing and the miss. The count now moves to full. It's 3-2 to the catcher Colt Byers. The 3-2 on its way from Bates to Byers is swung on a healthy hack there from Byers, but he comes up empty and will head back to the dugout frustrated after a strikeout swinging. 2 outs now for the Steamers here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And now stepping in will be number 13, Shane Easter, the right fielder out of Eastern Michigan. Easter flew out to second base in his first plate appearance. Fell behind in the count 0-2, worked it back to 2-2 before popping out. Steamers brought one across earlier in the inning. If you missed it, Tyler McPeak with a solo shot to dead center to bring the first run across for the Steamers in this ball game. They still trail 2-1 as Easter takes the first pitch of the at-bat for a called strike. The 0-1 to Easter is grounded to the shortstop, Bingaman. Corrals it into his mitt, makes the throw of the first, makes the third and final out. So that'll take us to the top of the 5th inning. The Steamers bring one across on one hit, a solo shot to deep center by Tyler McPeak out of Campbell University. Tarboro looking to answer. They still lead, though, 2-1 as we head to the top of the 5th. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball here at Historic Hicks Field, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Welcome back to Edenton. A pitching change for the Steamers. Number 9, Daniel Willie, the sophomore out of Tennessee, currently attending Cleveland State Community College. The Ooltewah, Tennessee native comes in after playing 5 games in 2020 with 1 start. Collected 9 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 8 hits, 2 earned runs, struck out 14 batters, and allowed 7 bases on balls, but earned himself a strikeout per 9 average of 13.5 per game, and a absolutely mind-boggling 1.93 ERA. Lists his favorite athletes as Kyrie Irving and Damian Lillard. Goes by the nicknames Willie, D. Wills, and has a strong passion for coaching the game of baseball to younger players. And the first batter of the inning will be Jared Bingham, as we're back at the top of the order for Tarboro. And the first pitch is a fastball inside, almost clipped the left elbow of Bingham in, but he's able to get out of the way in time. So count moves to 1-0 early here. 1-0. A fastball down the middle, but high and out of the zone. So the count moves to 2-0. 2-1 is our score here in the top of the 5th inning after a solo shot from Tyler McPeak, the designated hitter for the Steamers in the bottom of the 4th. And the 2-0 is swung on and flown out to the right fielder, Shane Easter, who doesn't have to move too far to make the underhanded grab. So the first out is recorded for the Steamers here in the top of the 5th inning. Thomas Fox steps back into the box. Fox with a solo shot in his last at-bat over the left field wall. Brought home the 2nd run of the game for Tarboro. And the first pitch of this at-bat is taken for a ball inside. Second pitch is taken for a called strike, so the count even now at 1-1. Third pitch of the at-bat taken for a ball, so the count now 2-1. The 2-1 swung on and missed. Big cut there from Thomas Fox, trying to repeat what he did back in the third inning. But instead comes up empty, and the count moves to 2-2. Willie delivers, and the 2-2 is inside, called for a ball. Full count now to Thomas Fox, the second baseman. On its way from Willie. A ball high and away. Excuse me, it was a 3-2 count, so that makes it ball 4. Thomas Fox will take a base on balls, and the first runner is on here for Tarboro in the top of the 5th. Now stepping into the box, Jake Brown, the catcher, number 32. Brown, a freshman, originally from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, so not too far from here at historic Hicks Field. First pitch is taken for a ball, so 1-0 the count to the catcher Brown. Still 2-1 our score here in the top of the 5th inning. One runner on for Tarboro and one out. Jake Brown looking to keep this offensive attack going for Tarboro with a runner on. The 1-0 on its way from Willie. That looked like it might have caught the upper inside corner, but the umpire calls it a ball, so the count now moves to 2-0. Fox with a healthy lead over at first base. Willie checks on him, but attacks the player at the plate. Brown pops that one up to Easter out and right. He'll make his way under it and put it away for the second out of the inning. So runner still on first here for Tarboro, and coming up to bat is number 5, Zach Whitaker.
And make sure you are practicing social distance. Also, we have sanitation stations around the ballpark.
Whitaker found his way on base by way of a single in his last at-bat. It was a diving attempt by Aaron Copeland, who couldn't hold on to the ball, so the hit was recorded as a single. Runner still on first for Tarboro. The first pitch of the at-bat taken for a called strike 1. The count early in the at-bat to Zach Whitaker, the third baseman for Tarboro. On its way from Willie, the 0-1 is taken for a ball. 1-1 the count. Still one runner on. At first base, it's Thomas Fox, the second baseman. Worked his way on by a base on balls. Fox on his way to second, but that one's popped up into left center field. Fine making his way over, but the left fielder, Houston Wright, calls him off and makes the play. So one runner left on base for the Tarboro River Bandits here in the top of the 5th inning. No runners come across to score. 2-1 still the score here at historic Hicks Field in Edenton, North Carolina. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning with the Edenton Steamers still looking to tie things up and hopefully even take the lead here at home in their first game as members of the Tidewater Collegiate Summer Baseball League. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Bottom of the 5th inning about to be underway here at historic Hicks Field in Edenton, North Carolina. Cole Bates resumes duties on the mound for Tarboro as they still hold a 2-1 lead. In the top of the 5th inning, Tarboro just left one runner on first and Thomas Fox after drawing a base on balls. Leading off here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Steamers will be the third baseman Aaron Copeland out of Spartanburg Methodist. In 24 games played in 2020, Copeland saw the plate in 69 appearances, collected 18 hits, good for a .261 batting average, brought home 15 runs, hit 1 homer, and drew 4 walks. First pitch of the at-bat is taken outside, but a called strike one. Copeland kind of shaking his head in disbelief at the call, but nevertheless, he's behind in the count 0-1. Prior to his time at Spartanburg Methodist, he spent 1 year at Newberry College, as the second pitch is taken for a ball, so the count even at 1-1. In 2019 in Newberry, Copeland played in 16 games with 10 pitching appearances also, all in relief, and had 1 start in right field. As the 1-1 is swung on and drilled down the third base line, but out of play. So the count 1-2 to the third baseman Copeland. So he tries to start things off here for Edenton's offense in the bottom of the 5th. They still trail by 1. 2-1 is our score. A line drive to the shortstop Bingaman, who's right there to snag it and put it away. So 1 up, 1 down here for the Edenton Steamers in the bottom of the 5th inning, and Casey Hare will get another shot at it in his first at-bat. Fell behind in the count 0-2, worked it back to a full count before hitting a line drive for a single into center field. And thus the first hit of the ball game for the Steamers and the first hit of their season here in 2020. First pitch of the at-bat to Hare is a ball in the dirt. So 1-0 the count to Hare with 1 out. 1-0 the count to Hare, with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Bottom of the 5th inning. Bates the 1-0 to Hare. A fastball high and outside. Count moves to 2-0. In high school, Hare played at Heritage High School in Tennessee as he takes the third pitch of the at-bat for a called strike one. A fastball right down the plate. Hare taken all the way on that pitch. The 2-1 is swung on and missed. So the count back to even now at 2-2 for the shortstop Hare. In 2018, Hare was a District 4 AAA All-District selection, an all-Blount County team in his junior and senior years. The 2-2 taken for a ball outside, so the count back to full. So Hare works full counts in both of his at-bats in this ball game. And his last at-bat worked it full before singling to center. We'll see what he does here with a full count. The 3-2 on its way from Bates is swung on and missed. Nice job there from Bates to put Hare away after falling behind 3-2. Steamers still trail by 1, now 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and Joe Nelms, the first baseman, will get another crack at it. No runners on here for the Steamers, 2 away in the bottom of the 5th inning. Nelms will pop that one up to short center field, and it's going to drop in there for a single. So Nelms records his first hit of the 2020 season. And we're back at the top of the order for the Steamers. Nice job by Nelms keeping things alive here for the Steamers in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Fine, who singled in his last plate appearance, will get another try at things. Fine, the rising sophomore at St. Joseph's University. Did not see the field for St. Joseph's in his freshman season due to the abrupt cancellation of the spring season nationwide. First pitch to Fine is a fastball inside. Fine have to scoot out of the way of that one. So 1-0 the count with Joe Nelms, the first baseman, standing on first after the bloop single into center. Bates, the 1-0. Swung on by Fine, but that one's tipped and fouled back straight into the net behind home plate. Steamers still trail by 1. It's 2-1. McPeak brought the first runner home for the Steamers off a solo shot in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the 1-1 is swung on, a breaking ball. Fooled Fine there as he was way out ahead of it. And the count moves to 1-2 with 2 outs and a runner on first. The 1-2 to Fine is swung on and missed, and that'll take us to the top of the 6th. 1 hit for Joe Nelms for the Edenton Steamers here in the bottom of the 5th inning. No runners come across, 1 runner left on. We head to the top of the 6th. Steamers still trail by 1. It's 2-1 here at historic Hicks Field. I'm Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Welcome back to historic Hicks Field. Your Edenton Steamers still trail 2-1 to the Tarboro River Bandits. Folks, we got another pitching change for the Edenton Steamers. Now manning duties on the mound for the Steamers, number 26, Ryan Coots, the freshman out of Hummelstown, PA, and Davidson College. Did not appear for Davidson in 2020. In high school, he attended Lower Dauphin in Pennsylvania, played 4 years of varsity baseball and football for Lower Dauphin High. Helped the Falcons win the Mid-Penn Conference Championship and finish as state runners-up in 2018 and compiled a career ERA of 2.06. He's the son of Eric and Meg Coots. There's 2 sisters, Maggie and Victoria. Well, I'm sure watching this right now, I'm sure they're about to see a nice appearance here from Ryan Coots in his first ever appearance on the mound for the Edenton Steamers here in 2020. Philip Boykin will step back up to the plate for the River Bandits to lead up things off here in the top of the 6th inning. Boykin 0 for 2 today, reached base safely in the 2nd inning on an error and struck out swinging in the 4th. And he takes the first pitch of the at-bat here for a called strike 1. Excuse me, it was a ball, so 1-0 is the count. The 1-0 on its way from Coots to Boykin. Another ball. So back-to-back pitches high and out of the zone from Coots to start off the 6th inning. The 2-0 from Coots to Boykin is swung on and missed. Strong hack there from Philip Boykin. But he misses every stitch on that baseball. Count moves to 2-1. Fourth pitch of the at-bat is taken for a ball, so the count now heavily in the hitter's favor. Moves to 3-1. Boykin looking for his first hit of the ball game. Coots looking to start strong here in the 6th inning, but has fallen behind in the 3-1 count. 3-1 from Coots. Swung on, and that one's popped up to left center field. Back is the center fielder Fine, looking up, looking back, and that one is gone. Philip Boykin with his first hit of the season, first hit here tonight, and it's a solo shot to extend the lead for Tarboro back to 2. It's 3-1 now here in the top of the 6th inning. So 3-1 is our score now here in the top of the 6th inning after the solo shot to left center by Philip Boykin, the center fielder. And Coots comes back in this next at-bat for Pat Rogan with a first pitch strike. Rogan 0 for 1 in this ball game. Flew out to second in his first plate appearance in the 2nd inning, and back in the 4th, reached on a walk. The 1-1 on its way from Coots to Rogan. That one had a lot of action behind it. Started in the middle of the plate and then zipped right back to the right-handed hitter's batter's box and out of the reach of the catcher's mitt of Colt Byers and just smacked up against the backstop. So the count moves to 2-1 for Ryan Coots against Pat Rogan. The 2-1 on its way from Coots. Steamers down 3-1 after the solo shot from Boykin. Swing and a miss there on the 2-1 count from Rogan. So the count even now at 2-2. Nice comeback pitch from Coots there after the wild pitch. No outs here for Tarboro after a leadoff solo shot from Philip Boykin. And the 2-2 is swung on and chopped foul behind the home plate. Coots looking to collect the first out of the top of the 6th inning here. 2-2 count on its way to Rogan. A fastball high taken for a ball, so the count now full, 3-2. For no outs here for Tarboro in the top of the 6th inning. They lead by 2, 3-1. The 3-2 on its way from Coots is taken for a ball on the high outside part of the plate. So Rogan will trot down to first base as he works his second walk of the ball game. So a runner on, no outs here for Tarboro. They've already brought one home off a solo shot off the bat of Philip Boykin, the center fielder. And now standing in for his third plate appearance is the DH for Tarboro, Cage Riddick. Riddick 0 for 1, strikeout in his last at-bat, and he drew a walk in his first plate appearance as the first one is high inside. Riddick just able to get out of the way of that one. So the count moves to 1-0 for Gage Riddick. The 1-0 is taken for a called strike one, so the count even at 1-1. One the count to Riddick. One runner on for Tarboro. Riddick pops that one up down the first base line. Running over is Easter and Kaufman, but neither will be able to get there in time to make the play. I know that was out of view for most of you folks, but I'm doing the best I can here with this camera. Even if I tried to swivel it over, I would have been pointing you folks right into a banister here at the grandstand, so we work with what we have here in Edenton. One and two pitch on the way to the DH Gage Riddick with a runner on, and no outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Coots kicks and deals the 1-2, and it's taken for a called strike 3. So a big punch out there for Ryan Coots, as that's the first out of the inning. But still a runner on first, and a run already come across the plate for Tarboro here, as the leadoff batter Philip Boykin went yard off a 3-1 count. So Casey Karras, the first baseman, will dig back into the left-handed hitter's box with a runner on and one out here for Tarboro in the top of the 6th inning. First pitch of the at-bat from Coots is a fastball swung on and missed. Karras way behind that one. It's the count early in Coots' favor, 0-1. Runner on the move from first. Karras pops that one over towards the third base line, but that one's going to get out of play. And so the runner at first will have to head back and stay parked there at first base. Oh, 0-2 count to the first baseman Karras. Pitch on the way from Coots. Just a bit high and out of the zone. Called for a ball. So the count moves to 1-2 now with a runner on first for the River Bandits and only one away in the top of the 6th. 3-1 our score here at historic Hicks Field. Coots, with a 1-2 count, steps off the mound. Will take his time here and reset. One-two count, one away. Coots with the 1-2 is swung on, and that one's popped in the air once again down the third base line, but out of play. So the count will remain at 1-2 with one out. And 3-1 still our score.
Is that what it was? I knew he had great moves.
1-2 on its way again from Ryan Coots. The runner, Rogan, on his way from first down to second. The throw down from Byers is in time, draws hair off the bag, but he's able to make the play and tag the runner Rogan out before reaching the bag. Excellent play there from Casey Harris. The throw from Byers was just a little off the mark. And so now 2 outs here, a big second out for Edenton with a 2-2 count to Casey Harris at the plate. Coots looking to retire the side. And the 2-2 is smoked down the first base line and out of play, so the count remains at 2-2. Karras putting together a solid at-bat here. Twos across the board. 2 balls, 2 outs, 2 strikes. The first baseman, Casey Karras. 3-1 is our score. Tarboro leads here in the top of the 6th. The 2-2 on its way from Coots is taken for a ball just inside. Draws some moans and groans from the home faithful here at historic Hicks Field. And the count full now to Casey Karras with 2 outs and a run already come across here for Tarboro with a leadoff shot from Philip Boykin. Coots with the 3-2. Taken for a called strike 3. Karras was on his way down to first. The umpire called it, and that'll take us to the bottom of the 6th inning. One hit for the Tarboro River Bandits, and it was a solo shot off the bat of Philip Boykin. One runner left on, and no, he was thrown out at second, so no runners left on for the Tarboro River Bandits. You gotta excuse me, I'm just getting back in the swing of things here in Edenton, but I promise you I'll be back in action and ready to go as we go throughout this season. No runners come across the plate outside of just that solo shot, so only one runner comes across to extend the lead to 3-1. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Steamers trail 3-1. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton YouTube network. Back here at historic Hicks Field, Steamers trail by 2, score 3-1. Philip Boykin extended the lead for the Tarboro River Bandits to lead off the top of the 6th inning with a solo shot to left center. And we have a pitching change for Tarboro here. It'll be number 26. I wish I could tell you who number 26 was, guys. I really wish I could, but I don't think Tarboro really came too prepared with the roster because I don't have his name up here. So we're going to call him number 26 on the mound. Right-handed pitcher. And it'll be number 5, Jared Kaufman, the second baseman, leading off for Edenton here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Are you on his frequency?
So a quick 0-2 count Kaufman falls into. Both swinging strikes. So number 26 off to a hot start on 2 pitches. 0-2 count. Third pitch of the at-bat on its way to Kaufman. It's taken for a called strike 3, but that was way inside. Crowd can't believe it. Kaufman can't believe it. He'll head back to the dugout as the first out recorded here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And now it'll be up to Houston Wright, number 22, the left fielder, to get things started here for Edenton in the bottom of the 6th inning. Wright singled in his last at-bat, but was thrown out trying to stretch a single into a double. First pitch on its way from number 26 of Tarboro is taken for a ball. So 1-0 the count to Houston Wright with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning after the Kaufman strikeout looking. 1-0 on its way from number 26 is a ball high and out of the zone. Third pitch of the at-bat is swung on and missed for the first strike, so the count moves to 2-1 to Houston Wright. Right, 1 for 2 in the ball game. Struck out swinging in his first plate appearance back in the first inning. The 2-1 is taken for a called strike. Another inside strike call there by the home plate umpire. So the count even now at 2-2. With 1 out here already for the Steamers to start off the bottom of the 6th. The 2-2 is swung on and chopped foul off the inside foot of right and into fair territory, but a foul ball. So the count remains at 2-2 with 1 out here, and the Steamers still trailing by 2. 3-1 the score in favor of the River Bandits. Number 26 with the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Healthy hack there from Houston Wright. Comes up empty, and he'll head back to the dugout as the second out of the inning for the Steamers. So a nice start here to the bottom of the 6th inning by number 26 for Tarboro. And Tyler McPeak, who has brought the only run across the plate for the Steamers on a solo shot to center field in his last plate appearance. First pitch of the at-bat is taken for a ball, low and away. (1-0) the count early in the at-bat for Tyler McPeak. And he takes the second pitch for a ball, so the count now moves to 2-0 with 2 outs. The 2-0. And 26 will reset, step his foot off the rubber. 2 outs here for the Steamers. Tyler McPeak looking to keep the inning alive. The 2-0 on its way for number 26 is in there for a called strike 1. The 2-1 is taken by McPeak for another ball, so the count now heavily in his favor. 3-1 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. The 3-1 is popped high and foul down the first baseline for McPeak and out of play. Full count to Tyler McPeak, the designated hitter for the Steamers, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And swung on and missed on the 3-2 count, so McPeak will head back with his head hanging low. Number 26 strikes out the side, an excellent inning. I wish I knew his name and could give him his credit, but can't do that. No hits, no runners come across, no runners left on for the Steamers as we head to the top of the 7th. Your Edenton Steamers still trail by 2, 3-1. River Bandits lead. I'm Patrick Foster, and you're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. back at historic Kicks Field, where the Edenton Steamers trailed the Tarboro River Bandits 3-1 after a 1-2-3 inning offensively for the Edenton Steamers. Kyle Reynolds, the new pitcher for the Steamers, the right-hander out of the University of Mount Olive, native of Gainesville, Georgia. In the abbreviated 2020 season, Reynolds only worked for 4 innings total, but posted a solid ERA of 2.25 and allowed just 5 hits. Prior to his time with University of Mount Olive, he spent the 2019 season with Andrew College, in which he made 19 appearances, totaled 25 innings of work, collected 33 strikeouts, allowed just 1 homer, and collected a K/9 rate of 11.88 as the first pitch is a wild one and hits the backstop, so the count moves to 1-0. The 2-0 on its way from Reynolds is taken for a ball, so the count moves to 3-0 now. Rufus Hurdle at the plate for Tarboro. Hurdle. Now the count 3-1 to the left fielder Hurdle. Hurdle 0 for 9. 0 for 2 in today's contest. And he takes a called ball 4. So the first at bat for Kyle Reynolds doesn't go quite as planned as he lets up a walk to the left fielder Rufus Hurdle.
Second baseman. Shortstop from Messiah College, number 20, Jared Bingham.
Now digging in, the leadoff hitter of this Tarboro River Bandits lineup, Jared Bingham. And Byers is going to take a minute to talk things over with Kyle Reynolds on the mound. So 1 runner on after the base on balls for Rufus Hurdle as he stands on first base. First pitch of the at-bat to Bingham is taken for a ball. So the count moves to 1-0. The 1-0 is a fastball way inside. Bingham having to scatter out of the batter's box in order to avoid getting beamed. So the count moves to 2-0 for Jared Bingham. The 2-0, a fastball right down the heart of the plate taken for a called strike 1. So 2-1 the count with a runner on first for the Tarboro River Bandits. 3-1 still our score here in the top of the 7th. River Bandits lead by 2. And Hurdle takes off from first base. Byers, as he hopped up to make the throw down, lost the ball out of his mitt, so no throw down. And Hurdle will stand up at second base safely. And the count now moves to 2-2 even for Jared Bingham, the shortstop for Tarboro. Runner in scoring position now for Tarboro with no outs. And the 2-2 is taken for a ball high and inside. So the count now full to the shortstop Bingham. The 3-2 on its way from Reynolds is taken for a called strike 3. Drop third strike. Byers will make the throw down to first and record the out. Bingham couldn't believe the call And instead of just hustling down to first, reacted, which allowed Byers to have a little bit more time to make the throw down. So now 1 out for Tarboro here in the top of the 7th with a runner standing on second. It's Rufus Hurdle, who drew a base on balls. And that'll be Thomas Fox's turn once again. Walked in his last plate appearance and homered 2 plate appearances ago. And Hurdle will move up to third without a throw down as he stole on that pitch from Reynolds. So now a runner on third with just 1 away for Tarboro in the top of the 7th. That pitch called a strike to Fox. One runner on third. It's Hurdle. 1 away here in the top of the 7th for Kyle Reynolds. So after the ball there, the count moves to 1-2 to the second baseman, Fox. The 1-2 is taken for a called ball, so the count even now once again 2-2. The 2-2 is taken for a called strike 3, so back-to-back strikeouts looking for Kyle Reynolds after letting up the walk to Rufus Hurdle to start the inning. So 2 away now for Tarboro with a runner on third base. No runners yet to come across the plate in the inning, but they still lead 3-1 here in top 7. And now Jake Brown, the catcher, will get a third crack at things. First pitch of the at-bat is taken for a ball high and outside. Runner on third for Tarboro. The 1-0 taken for another ball, so the count now moves 2-0 for Jake Brown. The 2-0 on its way from Reynolds, a breaking ball. Didn't break quite enough. Called a ball too high outside the strike zone. So the count moves now to 3-0 to the catcher, Jake Brown. The 3-0, a fastball right down the middle, taking for a called strike 1. 3-0 means no there for Jake Brown. So the count now 3-1 to the catcher with a runner on third for Tarboro and 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. The 3-1 is taken for a ball. So Jake Brown works a walk, and now runners on the corners for Tarboro. They still lead 3-1 here in the top of the 7th with 2 outs. And now it'll be number 5, Zach Whitaker, stepping back into the box. Whitaker drew a walk in his last plate appearance and a walk in his plate appearance before that. So technically 0 for 1 on the day with a fly out to second back in the first inning. Reynolds with the first pitch of the at-bat, a fastball high and inside. Count goes to 1-0. On its way from Reynolds, a breaking ball. That one's too far outside the zone, so 2-0 now the count to the third baseman, Whitaker. Reynolds, the 2-0. That one's chopped to the third baseman, Copeland. He charges it, can't make the play as it pops out of his glove as he's trying to transfer it to glove to throwing hand. And another run will cross the plate for Tarboro as they extend their lead to 3. It's 4-1 now here in the top of the 7th with 2 outs. So 4-1 is the score here in Edenton. After the error by Copeland. And now it'll be Philip Boykin, the center fielder who homered in his last plate appearance, with runners on first and second for Tarboro and 2 outs here as he takes the first pitch for a called strike 1. Boykin with a hard ground ball to Kaufman at second, scoops it up, makes the throw to first, and that'll retire the side. 1 run comes across, 2 runners left on here for Edenton. No hits. 4-1 now our score as we head to the bottom of the 7th, but 7th inning stretch time here at historic Hicks Field. We'll be back in just a moment with the bottom of the 7th. I'm Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton YouTube network. Back here at Edenton, Tyler Myers pinch hitting for the catcher Colt Byers as he takes the first pitch from number 26 for a called strike 1. Tyler Myers getting his first plate appearance for the season for the Edenton Steamers, the sophomore out of Presbyterian College, a native of Burlington, North Carolina. In 2020, played in just 2 games. Entered the game as a defensive replacement against South Carolina and recorded a walk in his first career plate appearance against UConn. And the second pitch of the at-bat is swung on and missed for strike 2. The 0-2 on its way to Myers is swung on and fouled out of the stadium down the first base line. So the count remains at 2-2. 0-2 still the count to Myers, the pinch hitter for Colt Byers. 26 kicks and deals the 0-2, and it's a called strike 3. Myers wanted to swing, but held up. For some reason, I cannot tell you, but nevertheless, he'll head back to the dugout, and the first out recorded here in the bottom of the 7th inning by Tarboro. So 1 out for the Steamers, and coming up to bat will be number 13, Shane Easter.
Michigan, number 13, Shane Easter.
First pitch is taken by Easter for a called strike 1. And the second pitch is grounded hard to the shortstop, Bingaman. Makes a backhanded play at short, makes the thrower to first, and records the out in time. Nice play there from Bingaman to record the second out of the inning. Easter will head back to the dugout. And Copeland, the third baseman, will get another opportunity here. First pitch to Copeland is taken for a ball high and outside. It's confirmation of the pitcher on the mound right now, Eric Brady for Tarboro. The freshman out of Pasco Hernando State College, originally from Brooksville, Florida. Second pitch of the at-bat taken for a ball. Copeland awaits the 2-0 from Brady. Swing and a miss there from Copeland. So the count now 2-1 with 2 outs for the Steamers here in the bottom of the 7th. The 2-1 on its way from Brady. Swung on and missed, so now the count even now at 2-2. 4-1 still our score here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Steamers trail by 3. And with the innings few and far between the end of this ball game, Steamers are going to have to get some offensive life going here if they want to come away with a win in their first game of the 2020 season. And Copeland fouls the 2-2 off, so he'll stay alive here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Brady with the 2-2 to Copeland. Swung on, and that one's drilled into left field, and it will fall. Copeland will pull up to first with a single, and his first hit as an Edenton Steamer here in 2020.
Shortstop from Mount Vernon University, number 15, Casey Hare.
Casey Hare now digs back into the left-handed hitter's box with 1 runner on. First pitch to Hare is taken, a breaking ball right down the heart of the plate. Hare upset himself for sitting back on that one. The count moves to 0-1. Copeland, the runner on first for the Edenton Steamers after singling to left field. 2 outs here for the Steamers. The 0-1 taken for a called ball. That moves the count to 1-1. The count to Casey Hare, the shortstop out of Maryville, Tennessee. 1-1 taken for a called strike, so the count now 1-2 with 2 outs here for the Steamers in the bottom of the 7th. Brady checks on the runner at first, but he'll attack Hare at the plate. And a pitch right down the heart of the plate is called ball. So the count will move to 2-2 to Casey Hare. 2s across the board here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for the Steamers with a runner on first and Aaron Copeland.
I'll be back here 2 hours ahead of time then.
The 2-2 is swung on, foul tip back into the catcher's mitt. So that'll be out number 3 here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 hit, 1 runner left on, both in Aaron Copeland. No runs come across the plate here for Edenton. They still trail by 3. 4-1 is our score. River Bandits lead as we head to the 8th inning. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. We'll be back at historic Hicks Field in just a moment. Back at historic Hicks Field, where the Edenton Steamers still trail to the Tarboro River Bandits. 4-1 our score as we get things started here in the top of the 8th inning. A pitching change once again for the Edenton Steamers. This time it'll be Nick Roser, number 23 for the Steamers. The right-handed 6'3" sophomore out of Catawba Valley Community College. He calls Mount Holly, North Carolina home and attended Lincoln Carter High School. In 2020, with Catawba, made 6 appearances on the mound, collected 8 and 2/3 innings pitched, allowed just 4 earned runs, and struck out 10 opponents, 6 of them coming in conference play. And up to bat first for the River Bandits is number 11. Brantley Cutler. And Cutler takes the second pitch for a called strike. 0-2 the count to Cutler from Roser. Swung on and missed. So 3 pitches, 3 strikes for Nick Roser in his first at-bat. Nice job by Nick Roser striking out the first opponent he faced out of the pen in just 3 pitches. So a quick first out to start the top of the 8th for the Tarboro River Bandits. Roser now facing number 18, the DH for Tarboro, Gage Riddick. Count moves to 2-0 on the second ball in the dirt. Riddick with a base on balls in his last plate appearance. 2 walks and a strikeout in this contest. And currently ahead in the count against Nick Roser, 2-0. Third pitch of the at-bat swung on and missed, so the count moves to 2-1. Roser, the 2-1 on its way to Riddick, is a ball low and inside. So the count moves to 3-1. Reddick, originally from Core Peak, North Carolina, as he misses on a big cut there. And the count fills up. 3-2 now with one out here in the top of the 8th inning for Nick Roser on the mound for the Steamers. 3-2 on its way to the sophomore Riddick. And it plunks him. So Riddick will take first base after being hit by the pitch from Nick Roser. So put a runner on base for Tarboro with one out and no runs yet to come across here in the top of the 8th inning. Now stepping into the box, number 34, Caleb Plum. Came in as a substitute at first base in the bottom of the 7th for Tarboro, and will get his first at-bat of the night here against Nick Roser. And takes the first pitch for a ball. Second pitch of the at-bat taken inside, but a called strike one. So 1-1 the count now, with a one runner on and one out. The 1-1 on its way is taken for another ball, so the count now ahead for Plum. 2-1 the count with one out and one runner on for Tarboro. 4-1 still our score, top of the 8th inning. And a called strike 2 on the fastball right down the heart of the plate. 2-2 the count now to Caleb Plum in his first plate appearance. One out. The 2-2 on its way from Roser, and it hits Plum in the helmet. Roser lost control of that one. And so now back-to-back batters for Tarboro take first base on a hit by pitch. So that moves Riddick into scoring position on second. And Rufus Hurdle will step in now with two runners on for Tarboro. Hurdle 0 for 3 in the contest with 2 flyouts and a strikeout looking. But he's got an opportunity here to really open up this lead for Tarboro. They lead by 3 with just one out here in the top of the 8th and 2 runners on. First pitch called a ball, low and away. The 1-0 on its way to Hurdle. A fastball high and inside. Had to bend backwards to get out of the way of that one. Count moves to 2-0. Two runners on, one out. The 2-0 is sails over the home plate. Alan Brown, the catcher, not able to make the snag. And both runners will advance on the wild pitch. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Tarboro. They still lead by 3, and the count moves to 3-0 to Rufus Hurdle at the plate. The 3-0 on its way from Roser. Fastball right down the heart of the plate. Rufus Hurdle taking that one all the way in for a called strike 1. So 3-1 now the count with 2 outs and 2 on. Both in scoring position for Tarboro. They still lead by 3 here in the top of the 8th. And the 3-1 is taken for ball 4. So after a solid start, striking out the first batter of the inning, Nick Roser walks the next 3, 2 of them by a hit by pitch. And pitching coach Connor Daly is going to take a moment to talk things over with Roser on the mound. Daly and Roser have a pre-existing relationship. as Daly's an assistant coach at Catawba Valley Community College. Roser a sophomore at Catawba. Jared Bingaman now up to bat for Tarboro as we head back to the top of the order. So bases loaded here in the top of the 8th inning, just one out for Nick Roser and the Edenton Steamers. And Jared Bingaman steps back into the box with a chance to really blow up this lead for Tarboro. Roser with the first pitch, a ball, low and away. The 1-0 on its way from Roser is chop foul back towards Tarboro's dugout. So 1-1 now the count with one out. And bases loaded for Tarboro. 4-1 still our score. Bases loaded here for Tarboro in the top of the 8th inning. Jared Bingaman with an opportunity here. Bingaman with a big cut there, but he comes up empty. Count moves to 1-2. This would be a big strikeout here from Roser just to get a little bit of confidence back after walking the last 3 batters. 2 of them making their way onto the base pass via hit by pitch. A 1-2 in the dirt, but a nice stop there from Brown. And a clutch stop there as a pass ball would have likely allowed the runner at third to score and extend this lead to 4 for Tarboro, but instead it remains at 3. 4-1, 2-2 count. Nick Roser with the third and final strike of the at-bat. Nice comeback there from Nick Roser after walking the last 3 batters. And Thomas Fox will step back in with an opportunity again to do some damage. Hit a solo shot back in the early innings of this one to bring across the second run of the game for Tarboro, and the first pitch to him from Roser is a called strike 1. Roser sets, kicks, and deals the 0-1. It's a wild pitch. That one sails over Allen Brown. The runner from third comes in to score, extends the lead to 4. All runners advance. So 2 runners now in scoring position. Hurdle on second and Plum on third. And the lead extends to 4 now for Tarboro. 5-1 the score here in the top of the 8th. Tarboro has now scored a run in each of the last 3 innings. The 1-1 on its way from Roser is fouled high and out of play behind the Tarboro dugout off the inside part of the bat. So 1-2 now the count with 2 outs. Roser kicks and deals the 1-2, and it's taken for a ball. The count back to even now at 2-2. Two runners on, both in scoring position. 2 away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch taken for ball 3, so the count full. Thomas Fox homered earlier in this ball game and drew a walk in his last plate appearance. The 3-2 is swung on and grounded hard to Kaufman at second. Scoops it up, makes the slow throw over to first, but it gets there in time to retire the side. No hits, 2 runners left on. 1 runner comes across to score to extend the lead to 4. 5-1 is the score as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Steamers really got to find some offensive firepower here if they want to come away with a win here at home in their opening game of the 2020 season. I'm Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. 5-1 our score here to begin the bottom of the 8th inning. And Brody Rubenstein out of Montreat College will get his first licks of the 2020 season. First pitch of the AB taken outside for ball 1. And the second pitch taken for a called strike. Brody Rubenstein, the junior out of Montreat College. In 2020 saw action in 24 games and 72 plate appearances. Posted a .306 batting average with 2 doubles as he rips a single through the gap between first and second into right field. Slips on his way to first, but it won't matter. The throw doesn't get back in time. He'll stand on first safely with an opening hit. So Rubenstein starts his season 1 for 1. And now Adam Fine will come back up to the plate as we head back to the top of the Steamers order here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1 runner on and no outs. Rubenstein, the leadoff batter, found his way onto first via single to right field. Fine tried to lay down a bunt, but fouls it up and back towards the Steamers dugout. So strike 1 to Fine, the center fielder. And the throw over from Brady, but Rubenstein back in there standing safely. The 0-1 and a time from the umpire as music was playing during the 0-1, the count to Fine. The pitch is low, so the count even now at 1-1 with a runner on first for Edenton. No outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The 1-1 on its way from Brady is inside but called strike 2. So 1-2 now, the count to the center fielder, Fine. Fine 1 for 3 in today's contest with a single back in the 3rd inning. And the 1-2 is just outside, taken for a ball. So the count even now at 2-2. Two and two the count to the center fielder, Fine, with a runner on first for the Steamers and Brody Rubenstein. And the 2-2 is low and inside. Called for ball 3. So the count full now to the center fielder, Fine. The 3-2 on its way from Brady. Rubenstein takes off from first, but it won't matter as the pitch is called a ball. So Fine works a walk, and 2 runners on now early in the bottom of the 8th inning for the Steamers. Some life here for the Steamers offense. They still trail by 4. 5-1 the score after Tarboro brought home a run in the previous half inning via a wild pitch. But all it would take right now is one swing of the bat to make this a very, very interesting ball game. And Jared Kaufman with a chance to do just that. He steps in 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Two on, no outs for the Steamers, and Jared Kaufman at the plate. Big hack there, but a swing and a miss. So strike 1 now to Jared Kaufman, the second baseman from Eastern Michigan. 2 runners on, no outs for the Steamers in the bottom of the 8th inning. They trail by 4. The 0-1 is swung on and singled into center field. They're going to wave Rubenstein home. He's coming home. The throw into the home plate to the catcher is not in time. Rubenstein scores. And so the deficit now cut to just 3 as Rubenstein crosses on the double from Jared Kaufman. He moves to 1 for 4 in today's contest. Nice job there from Kaufman. And now we have 2 runners in scoring position for the Steamers. In Fine on third, and Kaufman standing at second. And now stepping up to the plate will be Houston Wright. The assistant coach for Tarboro, Jake Jones, is going to have a conversation with Brady on the mound. And they'll talk things over with no outs here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 runners on and a run already come across the score for Edenton. And Houston Wright, who tattooed a ball earlier in this game to left field, but was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. So we've already seen the power from Houston Wright on display in this game. It's just a matter of doing it in an opportune moment. And if he can put a ball in the outfield here, that could bring 2 runners in and make this just a 1-run ball game. And the Steamers with a big opportunity with no outs here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch of the at-bat is taken low for a ball. The count now. 1-0 the count now to Wright. He swings and grounds that one to the second baseman Fox. He'll make the play at first, but the runner Fine from third comes in to score. So the deficit cut to 2 now. Nice job by Wright just putting that ball in play with no outs and bringing home the runner Fine. 5-3 the score now. Tarboro leads by 2. And in stands Tyler McPeak. McPeak opened up the scoring for the Edenton Steamers back in the bottom of the 4th inning with a solo shot to dead center. And with a runner on third, he has a chance to get his second RBI of the ball game. First pitch of the at-bat, a breaking ball, high and away. We'll know the count to McPeak. Runner on third base, it's Jared Kaufman, the second baseman, who doubled to bring home Brody Rubenstein. Second pitch, almost a wild pitch, but a nice stop there from the catcher, Jake Brown. The count moves to 2-0 now to McPeak. Just 1 out here for Edenton. Well, 2 runners have already come across to score, and a runner waits on third. And McPeak takes the 3rd consecutive ball of the AB. So 3-0 the count to the DH McPeak. The 3-0. A fastball down the heart of the plate, but McPeak not waiting back on that one. He swings and fouls it straight back into the net behind home plate. So the count moves to 3-1 here with 1 out and 1 runner on third for the Steamers. 2 runs have already come across the score. The 3-1 is grounded to second. Fox makes his way over and makes the throw over to first for the out. But Kaufman comes in to score. So McPeak picks up his second RBI of the game. And it's just a 1-run ball game, folks, here in the bottom of the 8th inning, just like that. Steamers came into this inning down 4 and have scored 3. And now it'll be up to Shane Easter or excuse me, Tyler Myers, but looks like we might have a pinch hitter here for Myers. It'll be Alan Brown, in fact, getting set to take his cuts. His first at-bat of the ball game. And though it's going to be a pitching change now for Tarboro, it'll be number 25, Trey Jernigan. Alan Brown waits in the on-deck circle with an empty base pass for Edenton.
Pitching up forward, number 25, Trey Jernigan.
So Alan Brown steps in for his first plate appearance of the night and looking to keep this inning going for the Steamers, in which they've scored 3 runs on 2 hits. Alan Brown, the catcher out of Presbyterian College. Takes the first pitch of the AB for a ball. 1-0 the count now to Brown. Jernigan looking to get out of this inning with 2 outs. And Brown will softly ground that one up the third base line, but it'll drift foul. As the count moves to 1-1. Brown, the native of Loganville, Georgia, and freshman at Presbyterian College, played in just 3 games in 2020. He had 2 at-bats on the year. He had a double in his first collegiate at-bat against Wofford on March 4th and recorded a walk-in on the lone plate appearance against UConn on March 7th. And the 1-1 is taken for a called strike 2. So 1-2 the count now to Alan Brown with 2 outs here in the inning and no runners on for Edenton. But 3 runners have already come across to score here in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-2 is swung on and chopped back towards the mound. Jernigan will scoop it up and underhand toss it over to first and record the 3rd and final out of the inning. 2 hits for Edenton in the bottom of the 8th. 3 runs come across to score. No runners left on base. We head to the top of the 9th inning. Edenton's trails just by 1. 5-4 is the score. I'm Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. We're almost ready to begin the top of the 9th inning here in Edenton. After a 3-run inning for the Edenton Steamers in the bottom of the 8th, they trail by just 1, 5-4, and we've got another pitching change for the Steamers. It'll be Trevor Kirk, the freshman out of Elon University in North Carolina. In 6 appearances for Elon, Kirk recorded a 1-0 record with a 4.63 ERA out of the bullpen. He allowed 6 runs on 8 hits and 3 walks with 13 strikeouts. But get this, opposing batters in the CAA and in non-conference play hit just a 1.95 averaged against him. So, and he has been the talk of this pitching staff. Had a great day in the bullpen yesterday in which coaches were absolutely raving. So we've all been excited to see what he can do in a game situation. And what a situation it is. Edenton trails by just 1. First pitch to the catcher, Jake Brown, is taken for a ball. The 1-0 is taken for a called strike 1. So the count even, a 1-1 to Jake Brown, the catcher. And the third pitch is taken for a ball. A check swing, actually, and they're going to appeal down to the first base umpire, and he says he went around. So the count moves to 1-2. The 1-2 on its way from Kirk. A breaking ball taken for strike 3. Beautiful, beautiful pitch from Trevor Kirk there to punch out Jake Brown for the first out of the top of the 9th inning. That really was an immaculate pitch there from Trevor Kirk. And a big opening strikeout for the inning. Now it'll be Zach Whitaker stepping in for Tarboro with 1 away here in the top of the 9th. First pitch from Kirk in the AB is taken for a ball. Kirk kicks and deals the 1-0, and it's called strike 1. One the count to the third baseman, Whitaker. And the 1-1 is in there for a called strike 2, so the count 1-2 now from Trevor Kirk. In high school, Kirk was his high school team captain and most valuable player as a senior, and earned Conference Player of the Year and a first-team All-State pitcher selection. And the timeout called by Whitaker, as he'll want to readjust in the right-handed hitter's box. And the 1-2 is swung on and missed. Sounded like it was tipped right back into the glove of Alan Brown, but a strikeout nonetheless. 2 up, 2 down for Tarboro. Trevor Kirk with a couple of really nice punch outs in just his first 2/3 inning of work. First pitch now to Philip Boykin, who went yard earlier in this ball game. One-0 the count to Boykin. Now the second pitch of the at-bat is swung on and missed for the first strike. So 1-1 the count with 2 outs here. The 1-1 on its way. And instead, Boykin will call time and readjust. The 1-1 on its way is swung on and dribbled back towards the mound. Kirk able to scoop it up, make the throw over to first, and record the third and final out. 1-2-3 goes Tarboro in an excellent inning from Trevor Kirk, the freshman out of Elon, North Carolina. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Steamers trail by 1. Can they walk it off? We'll see here in the bottom of the 9th inning. You're listening to the Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Leading off here for Edenton in the bottom of the ninth as they trail by just one is the right fielder Shane Easter out of Eastern Michigan.
Number 13, Shane Easter.
Easter 0 for 3 in this ball game with a fly out and 2 ground outs. So we'll see if he can reverse his fortunes here in his 4th at bat. And it would be a big one for the Steamers as well as they trail by 1. First pitch is grounded to the second baseman Fox. Easy play over there at second as he makes the throw over to first and records the first out of the inning. So 1 away here for the Steamers. 2 outs remaining. They want to stay alive, and it'll be Aaron Copeland who singled to left in his previous at-bat. Copeland 1 for 3 in today's contest. First pitch is chopped right back towards the pitcher's mound. A diving stop at the mound. He throws it over to first, and a quick out number 2. An excellent play by Trey Jernigan on the mound. And just like that, the Steamers are down to their final out of the contest. Casey Hare, who recorded the first hit for the Steamers in this ball game, will have to come up with something to give his team a chance here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Trey Jernigan looking to end this contest. First pitch is taken for a called strike 1. Second pitch of the AB is swung on and foul tipped. So the count moves to 0-2. Steamers down to their final strike here at historic Hicks Field. Now this is only an exhibition, so no matter what happens, this game will not go to their league record. Nevertheless, the Steamers would love to start a season with a win. The 0-2 is taken outside for a ball. Hare, who opened up the offense for the Steamers, looks to continue the offensive attack and takes the 4th pitch of the AB for a ball. So the count even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. The 2-2 from Jernigan. in the dirt and taken for ball 3. So after falling down 0-2 early on in the count, Hare works it back to 3-2 once again. He's done that frequently tonight. Fallen behind in the count early and worked it back full. The first time he did that, found his way onto base with a single in the center. The 3-2 is foul tipped straight back into the net. So Hare will live to see another pitch, as do the rest of the Steamers in game number 1 as members of the Tidewater Collegiate Summer Baseball League. 5-4 the score. Steamers need to come up with something with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Called strike 3, and that'll do it. The Edenton Steamers drop their preseason exhibition to Tarboro River Bandits 5-4 here at historic Hicks Field. After falling down 5-1, the Steamers put up an astounding offensive punch in the bottom of the 8th inning where they put up 3 runs, but they could not finish it here in the bottom of the 9th. They fall to Tarboro by 1, 5-4 here at home. Tarboro opened up the scoring early on in the 2nd inning with a steal of home plate. Thomas Fox, the second baseman, went on to hit a solo shot in the 3rd inning. In the 4th inning, Tyler McPeak hit a solo shot of his own to make it 2-1 in favor of the River Bandits. And then Philip Boykin led off the 6th with a solo shot of his own to make it 3-1. And between the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning, the River Bandits found a way to bring a 1 run across in each one of those innings, and it was just enough to come away with the victory. 5-4 here in Edenton. That's going to do it for us here at historic Hicks Field. Join us next time this upcoming Monday for the Steamers' first game in league play right here at historic Hicks Field. We'll see you then. I'm Patrick Foster. Thank you so much for tuning in to this preseason exhibition between the Edenton Steamers and the Tarboro River Bandits. Thank you so much once again for tuning in on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.